Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am privileged to welcome you to Glenville State University's 2023 Spring Commencement Ceremony. As we prepare to honor our graduates, I ask that you take a moment to please silence your cell phones, tablets, and other devices. Thank you. Now I ask you to please stand for the processional.
Good morning, graduates, families, friends, and guests. I ask that you remain standing as the Glenville State University Choir, under the direction of Sarah Nail, performs our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. You may be seated. The music for our processional this morning was performed by the Glenville State University Concert Band under the direction of Dr. Lloyd Bone. Please join me in expressing appreciation to our talented musicians, vocalists, and their directors. As Chief Faculty Marshal, I am pleased to convene Glenville State University's Spring 2023 Commencement. I especially welcome our graduates. I would now like to introduce the Associate Provost at Glenville State University, Dr. Mary Clements.
Thank you, Dr. Lewis. Welcome Spring 2023 graduates, families, and friends. Those on stage and in the audience have come today to celebrate an achievement that took time, energy, perseverance, and deliberate resourcefulness. We all congratulate you. Now I'm honored to introduce members of the platform party who have come to recognize your achievement. I invite them to stand when their names are called and to remain standing. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Members of our Board of Governors, Ms. Ann Green, Mr. Skip Hapworth, Ms. Alex Leigh King, Mr. Bob Marshall, Faculty Representative and Department Chair for Science and Mathematics, Dr. Kevin Evans, Staff Representative, Mr. Cody Moore, Student Representative, Ms. Brianna Morgan, today's keynote speaker and Board of Governors Chair, Mr. Michael Rust, Chief Faculty Marshal, Dr. David Lewis, members of the Glenville State University Administration, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Tim Henline, Finance Consultant, Mr. Bert Jadansky, Vice President for Enrollment and Student Life, Dr. Jason Yeager, Vice President for Advancement, Mr. David Hutchison, Director of Athletics, Mr. Jesse Skiles, Department Chair for Fine Arts and the Reader of Graduates' Names, Dr. Jason Barr, Alumni Association President-elect, Mr. Tim Moore, Chief Student Marshal, Ms. Michaela Paisley, Student Marshal, Ms. Josie Hill, and Glenville State University's 26th President, Dr. Mark A. Manchin. Please join me in expressing appreciation. These individuals' leadership of Glenville State University is unparalleled. You may all be seated. Thank you. I would also like now to take the opportunity to recognize our outstanding faculty and staff. Would all faculty, staff, and emeriti faculty in attendance please stand? Alongside the students and graduates we recognize today and our staff who makes all our lives easier, these individuals are truly the core of this institution and embody the pioneer spirit by frequently going above and beyond to help our students and the overall campus community. To the university staff and faculty, we thank you. You may be seated. We also recognize other guests joining us today, our special friends of the university, Mr. Ike Morris and Ms. Sue Morris. And special thanks to Ms. Fox Schaffner, our sign language interpreter for today. Today's speaker was president and CEO of the Kentucky Hospital Association for many years. Now retired, he continues to serve on numerous boards, including, lucky for us, the Board of Governors here at Glenville State University, where he is the current chair. He and his wife, Nancy Lemonrust, are also generous benefactors to his alma mater. A 1973 Glenville State graduate, he is today joined by several members of his graduating class who are celebrating their 50-year reunion. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Michael Rust.
Gosh, folks, I'm honored to be here today. It's a great crowd, And, you know, today is a special day in history. Three things are happening in the history of the world today. We had the coronation of King Charles III. In my hometown, we're having the 149th running of the Kentucky Derby. And the most important thing, we're having the 149th commencement of you graduates here at Glenville State University. So congratulations. But very pleased to be here. Can you all hear me in the back? I've got a loud mouth. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Okay. Let me tell you what I want to do start first. I want you young graduates to stand up for a minute. Just stand up, every one of you. Now listen, folks, there's been a lot of people that make you get here today, who work with you all today. Look around this room. Look around here. I want you to give a big shout out and clap for your family members and your loved ones and your friends that are here today. Let's recognize them and thank them. Now, keep on standing. I want you to look here to my right and your left. You've got a great faculty here that worked with you for the last few years. I want you to recognize them. They've done well for you. And finally, we have my colleagues, my classmates who I went to school with. And I got to have dinner with them last night, and they have had outstanding careers. We've got a mayor here. We've got great educators. We've got folks in healthcare, drama, other professions, and gosh, you can learn a lot from these folks, and I tell you, I was very impressed when I had the privilege of having dinner with them last night. So give them a hand too, folks. Have a seat now. You can have a seat. Now, I'll tell you what, when I get to give these commencement speeches, I always get a little bit nervous. You never know what to expect. But I want to tell you, I've had a lot of encouragement this morning on giving this speech. Dr. Manchin, thank you. He has told me 100 times, do you understand brevity? And to be short. And I had one professor come up and say, Mike, do you know who Julius Caesar was? I said, yeah, I know who Julius Caesar was. Mike, I'm going to tell you 4 things about Julius Caesar. He was a great emperor. He was a great general. He gave long speeches, and he was assassinated. I got the message, guys. And then it was great, you young graduates coming in here, 2 of you. I see you out there. One said, I wonder how long this guy's going to speak. And the other young man said, well, I hope he's not too long-winded, so I'll be brief this morning. But folks, it is good to see you here today, and I'm excited to be here at Glenville State University. I've been privileged to be on the board and work with some great people here on the board, great faculty, great staff, and thank you all so much, and for your all support. I've got to know a lot of the faculty members, and we've got an outstanding faculty. I will tell you, I found out when I came on this board, we had a shared vision, but by golly, we're making it a shared reality now with the things going on. We've got university status, we've got new programs going. Look at this Waco Center. I Consume Morse, dear friends of the university, and they made this Waco Center. So we've got a shared vision, and we're making it a shared reality with what we're doing. Now, I'd just like to take a few minutes, and I'm just going to tell you, I will tell you point blank, I got a great education at Glenville State College, now Glenville State University. I appreciate it every day, the education I got, and I talked with these fine folks last night, and I think every one of them will agree that they got a great education. I hope you can say that you got a great education at Glenville State University. And I hope that as you go out in your careers, that you will talk about this university and how good it was to you and how it's built your career. I'm going to talk about three things very quickly this morning and what I took out of Glenville State. I usually share this with students when I talk to them, and I use it quite a bit. But these are three principles I've lived with for most of my life. And I'm going to start with, and I will tell you, you're graduating today, but you all continue to learn. Always continue to learn. And I read a lot. I was reading the other day about Pablo Picasso, the great artist. He lived till his mid-90s. They say he worked every day on his artwork and reading about art. And they asked him, why are you doing it? You got so many masterpieces. He said, I want to learn something new every day. Learn something new every day, folks. And Thomas Edison, I think many of you are aware of Edison. I read about his life. Great inventor, but he had many failures in his life, but he kept on going. And he said, there's something new I've got to learn. One of his greatest quotes, I thought, was, thank you, God. I know you've got something better planned for me. So just keep on learning. Next, I'll tell you, folks, you got to listen. When you start in your careers, please listen. Your ears will never get you in trouble. I'm just telling you, your ears will never get you in trouble. I forget who says it, but you're born with two ears and one mouth. There's a reason for that. So listen. And I tell you what, you've got some great people up here. Listen to them. Great people here. And that leads me into my next statement. You got to be, I hope, and my desire is that you be mentors. You be mentors to folks here that you know, your friends, underclassmen, and get a mentor on your side. I will tell you, I think every one of these folks, we talked last night, I can go through a list of mentors that I've had. The Morses, right there. Some of the folks on the Board of Governors. But when I was a student here, I had some great mentors. John McQuarrie taught in the business school. And Dr. McQuarrie had some of the greatest advice for me that I ever had in my life. And I shared this with Cheryl and Dwight and some others. He made one statement in class I never forgot. He said, when you go out for an interview, you know more about that company than they do. And I have advice. S.B. Miller, professor of English here, he told us once, disappointments are inevitable in your life. And I will tell you, you'll have some disappointments in your life, but discouragement is an option. Learn from it and build on it. But other great, I know Yvonne King's here. She had a great influence on my life. Dr. Joe Evans had a great influence on my life. Kevin, I don't know if your dad's here today or not, but a big influence on my life, although he did give me a D in class, which I deserved. but others, David Gillespie, Gary Gillespie, I'm just going down the list. Virginia West was great. John White, but others on campus that I learned a lot from. But I would urge you to have a mentor. I would urge you to continue to learn and to listen. I tell you, the greatest mentor I had was my dad. my dad told me when I've been very blessed, and I have several companies and been very blessed. But one company, I had a business card written up, and it said, Michael T. Rust, President and CEO. And my dad asked me what that CEO stood for. I said, I'm the Chief Executive Officer, Dad, of the company. And he told me, Mike, I wish you weren't the Chief Executive Officer of the company. He said, Mike, I want you to be the Chief Example Officer of the company. Be a man of integrity. Don't do what will work. Do what's right. And I will tell you, I will urge that. Be a person of integrity. Learn. I will tell you, I'm part of a group now in Louisville, Kentucky. How many of you all watched the show Shark Tank? Anybody watching? We're a mini Shark Tank. We are bringing in young folks like you and talking to you, and we want to listen to you, want to learn from you. And we're providing venture capital to start new businesses and see how you do. And then also I'm part of a group down in the Research Triangle down in North Carolina, where we're talking about folks bringing in to talk about careers that don't even exist now and putting those. So you all are going to have a tremendous opportunity like you cannot believe. The technology, what you're going to see in your lifetimes, and I hope you take advantage of it. Now, the other thing I want to share with you is, Pam, you hit it on the head last night in your talk. Pam, stand up just for a minute. I want to recognize you. You said something last night. Yeah, or yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry, Betty. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you. But you hit it on the head. You can sit down now. I'll tell you what. You could be the smartest guy in the room, most intelligent, but if you don't care about the people you work with, and you're going to fail. And you need to really listen to your people, and you got to care about your people. I will tell you, I had an experience. I learned that very young, not much older than what you all are here in this room. I was making rounds in the hospital one day, and a nurse stopped me. She never called me Mike in my life, and she said, Mike, I'm very disappointed in you. I said, what'd I do, Polly? And she said, my mother died last week. You never called. You never sent me a note. You never visited the funeral home. I learned from that. A simple thank you can go a long way, folks. But I would urge you, you care about the people you work with. You recognize them. I'm a note writer. I write notes. Some of the faculty I've written notes to. I write notes all the time. But people appreciate that. So I would urge you today, what my message is to you, continue to learn, be a good listener, be a mentor, have a mentor, and you care about the people you work with. If you do that, I will guarantee you'll go far. Now I'm just going to close on this. Josie, you haven't cleared your throat yet, so I'm going too long, have you? Okay. She's my mentor. She told me she'd clear her throat if I went too long. But listen, I will tell you, the greatest advice I ever got was from my mother and grandmother over in, I know some folks from Clay County here, but in Valley Fork, where I was raised as a young boy, Clay County. When on my graduation day, we went over there after I graduated, and my grandmother, Alma Ross, gave me this note, and I have kept it all my life. And I try to live by it as best as I can. Now, some days I fail. And it was written by the smartest man in the world. It was written by the smartest man, the man with the most wisdom ever in the world. There'll never be a man like this. King Solomon wrote it. And he says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Folks, thank you so much. God bless you all. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Chairman Russ. In keeping with tradition, we present the Faculty Award of Excellence at Commencement. This annual award recognizes a faculty member who has demonstrated a deep commitment to student learning. This year's recipient has been selected on the testimonies of students and colleagues who benefit from the recipient's dedication to our fine institution. One fellow colleague noted that the recipient is personable and well respected by both his students and colleagues, and says they exhibit outstanding teaching abilities, dedication to research, and a deep commitment to both the university and the community. Another colleague expresses that the recipient consistently engages students in high academic standards and generously offers supplementary tutoring sessions for students. At this time, I am pleased to announce the recipient of this year's Faculty Award of Excellence. Dr. Kevin Evans, will you stand to be recognized? He gets a medallion. He also gets a check. I think he's going to like it. So, Kevin, on behalf of a very appreciative Glenville State University community, and as your president, it's an honor to present this medallion. Outstanding service. Students. Congratulations. Congratulations, Kevin. Glenville State students connect with the institution upon enrollment. The connection is strengthened as they move through the curriculum and secured upon graduation. Our graduates will always be connected to Glenville State University. To recognize a lifelong relationship and to celebrate our alumni's achievement, the class of 1973, I'll bet you it's you all right here, right? And Kevin, or Mike. Of 1973 join us today. Glenville State and the world were a little different 50 years ago when they received their degrees. Next year I'll be celebrating my 50th. And you know what I said last year and have said over the years is that just for that fleeting moment, and believe me, it's fleeting, but you're young again. When I walk across the campus, I see some of these young people, and I can't help but reflect, and I'm sure you did as you were here on campus. Some of the places you went to, some of the things you did. You know, I always like telling these young men and young women that look across that campus, your future wife or your future husband's walking across that campus right now. As I also reflect upon it, if it doesn't work out, your future ex-wife or your future ex-husband. The class of 1973 may recall that D. Banks Wilburn was the president here at Glenville State. An AMC Javelin cost around $2,500, and they could have filled it up with gas for 39 cents a gallon. On the radio, you might have listened to hits like Bad, Bad Leroy Brown, Meaner Than a Junkyard Dog, Crocodile Rock, Delta Dawn, and You're So Vain. I understand that was written about Mike Rust. Between classes, they probably watched All in the Family, MASH, and Hawaii Five-0. They may recall hearing on the news that Vice President Agnew had resigned, or that Billie Jean King bested Bobby Riggs in the Battle of the Sexes. And while all of these things were going on, the men and women in the gold robes here today, seated in the front row, were students at Glenville State University. The individuals we honor today have remained loyal to this institution, and for that I say thank you. They support with gifts and service. Today I present each of them with a medallion signifying their fidelity to Glenville State, then, now, and forever. I invite the members of the class of '73 to come forward to receive their medallions. Chairman Russ, will you assist me as I also present you with one of those medallions? So,
Mr. Michael Rust. Professor Emeritus John McKinney. Linda Fox Coffendaffer. George Dudding. Janice Campbell Derby, escorted by David Derby. Roberta Martin Jackson. Peggy Flesher Tansey. Betty Hewitt. David Hewitt. The Honorable Dennis Fitzpatrick. David Grapes. Gary Fields. Ricky Sanjulian.
Will everybody join with me as we give one more round of applause for our returning 50-year graduates? The Student Pioneer of the Year Award is presented to a student who, by virtue of personal determination, creative thinking, and intellectual rigor, is distinguished among peers, and who has set a high standard of achievement for the entire university community. This year, we had several excellent candidates, and 2 were selected. I invite both of them to come up here. Mr. Jared Bishop and Mr. Christian Davila. Will you all come forward? I've seen you everywhere. Let me see which one's which here. Jared, congratulations. Christian. Oh, I know who. He's my baseball. He looks like Antonio Banderas, I told him when I first met him. Look at him.
Good morning, congratulations everybody. If I told you all that I'm not nervous standing up here, I'd be lying right now. On my way up those stairs, I was trying to remember some pointers from Public Speaking 101 freshman year, but I guess those pointers are coming to me now. While preparing my speech, I kept thinking of the experiences I've had in the past 4 years, and almost every memory was good. From freshman orientation week to my last final exam, my time here in Glenville was a blessing. My college journey was filled with good moments, new friendships, and great life lessons. As I wrap up my senior season of baseball, I can't help but reflect on all the memories made on and off the field with my teammates. From upsetting nationally ranked teams to competing in the conference tournament last year. I want to thank Coach Mullins, or Chief as we call him, for giving me the opportunity to play college baseball at a competitive level not many players get to experience. I also want to thank all the coaches, teammates, and the athletic department staff that always goes the extra mile for every single student athlete. I also want to thank my professors for helping me throughout this journey and always being available to answer whatever questions I may have had. Throughout my different classes, I was able to interact with great professors such as Dr. Sarver, Dr. Queen, and Dr. Arbogast. And thanks to them, I feel prepared to take on the challenges coming my way. Finally, I want to thank my friends and family. The people that I've met here have become a big part of my life, and the friendships made will last a lifetime. I'll never forget the bonfires, snow days, golfing, and just hanging out in the living room with the boys. Now, I want to directly address my family in Spanish so they can more clearly understand my message. Simplemente les quiero dar las gracias, mamá y papá. Sin ustedes yo no estaría aquí ahora mismo y soy más que bendecido por tenerlo. Me han dado todas las herramientas posibles y por eso les soy eternamente agradecido. Seba, gracias por ser mi partner y hacerme reír siempre. Mete mano que tienes demasiado por lograr y sé que con el favor de Dios lo vas a poder hacer. Abuelo, Grace, Titi, Richard, gracias por el apoyo siempre. Cada uno de ustedes ha aportado algo en mí y son parte de todo esto. Hay gente que falta aquí, pero sabemos que están con nosotros. Los amo y gracias. Now, I want to leave you all with a quote from Nelson Mandela that reads, "Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do." Despite the challenges this boy from Vega Alta, Puerto Rico has faced in West Virginia, as Nelson Mandela said, "I have rose above my circumstances through dedication and passion and believe we can all do the same. Work hard and fight for your future. Go Pioneers."
Got to adjust that mic now. Good morning, everyone. As I stand before you today, I cannot begin to express how honored and humbled I am to be named as your recipient of the Pioneer Student of the Year Award. Over the last 4 years, I've watched my fellow graduates grow into the people they are today, and many of you are equally deserving, if not more deserving, for this award just because of your hard work and perseverance. I would like to thank each and every one of you here today for allowing me the privilege to speak on such a momentous occasion. I would like to begin by thanking the faculty and staff of Glenville State University for providing students with a quality education, a safe and comfortable learning environment, and advice and guidance pertaining not only to our academic lives, but to our personal lives as well. While each and every faculty and staff member I've interacted with has left an outstanding impression on my life, I would like to thank a few that stand out in my mind. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Nabil Nassiri and Dr. Skylar Chapman for the role that they've played in my academic success. In addition to teaching roughly 1/3 of the classes I've taken at Glenville State, they've also been excellent mentors, and they oversaw my undergraduate research project, which I've used to make a lasting difference in my local community. I would also like to thank Mr. Jacob Petrie. He set a positive example for other students in land resources as a student, and he has since become one of my very good friends, and also my professor. Lastly, I would like to thank Tom Snyder and Charlie Yucabo for swapping fishing stores with me on a regular basis and reminding me it's okay to take a break from studying every now and then. I would like to thank a few people from outside of the campus community as well who have made a lasting impact on my life. Mom and Dad, thank you. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your support. I couldn't have made it without you. To Grandma and Grandpa Bishop, thank you for teaching me about work ethic. Even if it involved a weed eater and hay bales sometimes, I guess it worked. Nana and Papa, thank you. Thank you for instilling me with curiosity. Most of the time it came through National Geographic magazines or field trips or whatever, but I've always wanted to keep learning because of things like that. I would like to thank my church family for spiritual guidance and for the best food I've ever eaten. You need to go to a Baptist church dinner at least one time in your life. It's worth it. And I would like to thank Tony Osell of Princeton Senior High School and Darrell Barton of Mercer County Vocational because they made sure I got through high school and they pushed me to go to college. And last, but certainly not least, I would like to thank my fellow graduates. You all are some of the most intelligent, hardworking, dedicated, and motivated individuals I've ever met. There's also something to be said about the resiliency of the class of 2023. Unlike other classes before us, our entire academic career was shaped by the COVID-19 pandemic. We transitioned to online classes in stride, we survived being quarantined in Pickens, and we made it through the longest unofficial spring break in history. Making it through the first 2 years alone was quite an accomplishment in and of itself. After things went back to normal, we were able to pick up where we left off. We reconnected with friends and made some new ones along the way. We've laughed together, we've cried together, we've attended events together, we've shared meals, and we've shared bits and pieces of our lives with everyone that we've came across here. We've made countless memories, and we'll finally retell those stories of our time at Glenville State as the days go by. So, fellow graduates, take a moment, look around. Cherish this moment. You've reached a major milestone in your life, but it certainly isn't the end of the road. While we may be leaving our friends, and those of you from Land Resources, I would venture to say your family at this point. And we're going to go home. We're going to be leaving the place we've called home for the last several years. We're going out into the real world. We're going to be future scholars and leaders. As we've shown throughout our time here, we're not the kind to back down from a challenge, whether it be in our academic or in our personal lives. Above all else, I encourage each and every one of you to keep the pioneer spirit alive. We are perseverant, we are brave, we are capable, and we will be a force for positive change in the coming years. And with that being said, pat yourself on the back and give thanks to those who've helped you along the way. We finally made it.
Hey, Jared. Let this serve notice to everybody assembled here today that these two young men are reflective of every student that you see sitting here today and their outstanding dedication to making this university a better place and this country a better place. So let's give them another round of applause.
Thank you so much, Jared and Christian. Now we arrive at the highlight and the reason for this ceremony. The Academic Affairs Office is responsible for the academic quality of the programs and courses at Glenville State University. I invite the degree candidates to now stand. Members of the Board of Governors, President Manchin, faculty, and guests, I'm privileged to present to you the Glenville State University graduates of Spring 2023 and certify that they have completed all requirements for their respective degrees listed in the program. In addition, some of the graduates will have received their degrees with honors, the highest academic recognition awarded by the university. Honor awards come in 3 categories: summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. The criteria for these honors are listed in your program, and today's graduates are wearing lovely gold stoles to signify this academic achievement.
With the recommendation of the faculty and associate provost, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors in the state of West Virginia, Glenville State University confers on you the degree for which you have been recommended, which entitles you to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. You may be seated. All right, now we'll go over here.
Dr. Jason Barr, I ask you to please approach the reader's podium in preparation of announcing our graduates' names.
Student marshals, please bring forward the candidates from the Department of Business. Avery T. Book, summa cum laude. Jacob D. Brannon, cum laude. Tiffany Ann Cole, magna cum laude. Hannah M. Cunningham. Christian J. Davila, cum laude. Aline Fevrier, cum laude. John Bowen Kelly. Ashton Brooke Lowe. Matthew Edward Mangum. Teresa Faith Messenger. Kaylin Brooke Nicholas. Maria J. Perez Laredo. Ian Michael Pomeroy, summa cum laude. Ryan Rodriguez, summa cum laude. Sophie N. Schifferly. Justin Scott Tucker, summa cum laude. Garrett Edwin Watts, cum laude. Student marshals, please bring forward the candidates from the Department of Criminal Justice. Lyric Raven Allen. Clayton Cole B. Jenna M. Bertolone. Kenzie G. Bills, summa cum laude. Octasia A. Cooper. Garrett W. Crossland Boyard. Joshua Tyler Davis. Robert R. Glover. Cole W. Hugert, summa cum laude. Blake Andrew Gerald, cum laude. Bryce Kevin Gerald. Alexis Jade Maynard, summa cum laude. Kansas Valencia Moore. Wesley Chase Swain. Shannon Doa Waldron, summa cum laude. Samantha J. Wetzel. Shauna Michelle Yeager, summa cum laude. Student marshals, please bring forward the candidates from the Department of Education. Lori K. Ray, magna cum laude. Heather Brooke Sears, cum laude. Abigail Dawn Taylor, cum laude. Addison S. Woods. Student marshals, please bring forward the candidates from the Department of Fine Arts. Scott Allen Barber. Richard Jackson Boyce. Hayden Daniel Kuhn. Otis N. Cox. Summer Brene Heron, cum laude. Cameron Faith Knopp, cum laude. Brianna Elizabeth Murphy. Sierra Violet Maysill Wood, cum laude. Thanks, Lord. Student marshals, please bring forward the candidates from the Department of Land Resources.
Take me to Dairy Queen, all right, man? That's my favorite Dairy Queen in the state.
Jared Chase Bishop, magna cum laude.
Got it.
Gabrielle Alyssa Dean. Levi Patrick Fox. Sierra Nicole Hine, cum laude. Elijah Thomas McIntyre. Della Grace Moreland. Mark Edward Ratliff, cum laude. Noah Alexander Schultz.
Casey J. Lynn Smith.
Casey Joe Lynn Smith. Whitney Lee Stevens. Benjamin Andrew Sturdivant. Michaela Ari Paisley. Student marshals, please bring forward the candidates from the Department of Language and Literature. Kendall Violet Bowen. Jenna Dawn Williams. Gabriella R. Wood. Student marshals, please bring forward the candidates from the Department of Science and Mathematics. Spencer Briggs Blackburn, cum laude. Joshua Andrew Klein. Hunter C. DeLong. Brandon Michael Lane. Jonathan Gale Menendez. Olawatobi Joanna Oladapo, summa cum laude.
Thank you, Pavlovsky.
Katerina Gabriella Pawlowski, magna cum laude. Haley Jean Smith, cum laude.
like that.
Madison Paige Turner. Student marshals, please bring forward the candidates from the Department of Social Science. Charles E. Adams.
Adkisson.
Taylor Ann Adkisson.
Alexander Beller. Is that on purpose? That's a cool name.
Ian Alexander Beller.
Jasmine Lynn Brown.
Jasmine Lynn Brown, cum laude. Mackenzie Leanne Hendricks, summa cum laude. Olivia M. Hinkle. Nicole Jean Hopkins. Cheyenne Grace Morgan. Student marshals, please bring forward the Regents Bachelor of Arts candidates. Aaron A. Leal. Sheila M. Mardmoman. Monique R. Pruitt. Student marshals, please bring forward the general studies candidates. Caitlin Marie Kitzmiller.
Will the graduates please stand? And don't do anything until I tell you. Except move your tassels to your left, to your right, or your whatever. Right to left. Which signifies the completion of your degree. Each of you should take great pride in your success. You should leave this occasion proudly and ready to take your place in the world, because it's waiting for you. At Glenville State University, you have committed your time, your energies, and your passions in the successful pursuit of the knowledge and skills to be productive citizens. Your families and your friends and the faculty of staff at Glenville State University salute you. So without further ado, by the power vested in me by the Glenville State University Board of Governors, I now pronounce you graduates of Glenville State University.
I ask that everyone join the graduates and stand as the Glenville State University Choir, under the direction of Sarah Nail, leads us in the singing of our alma mater, which can be found in your program. You may be seated. Guests are asked to remain seated through the recessional. Graduates, upon exiting, please follow the student marshals around the upper concourse to meet faculty members for greetings and congratulations before rejoining your family and friends. I now declare the spring 2023 commencement closed.